Back at the bus, back at it again with another Invincible recap. It's season 3.
It is season 3.
And we start this season off with a bang. We started with 3 episodes. So to kind of just quickly sum up all 3 seasons all in one thing, to start, I believe after we watched these, you had said that Mark was on some old fuck shit.
Hey, Mark is crashing out, y'all. Mark on some bullshit. And for those of y'all who are mad at Cecil, I'm decidedly on Cecil's side. First of all, Cecil is a badass. Cecil is a stone cold, stunner, brass balled, whatever the adages are, Chuck Norris lore belonging. That's that man right there.
I'd like to agree.
Cecil. I've never respected a government op in my life. I respect Cecil.
I'd like to agree, but I feel like I wanted to see what actually happened in the prison that he got all of them rounded up like that. That's all I wanted.
That would be an interesting backstory.
I just see a little bit of that.
Like if they expand the Invincible universe and there's some sort of prequel that plays into Invincible where we see Cecil in prison, that would be dope. That'd be dope. But also don't need it because also I like everything else that we're getting from. Burned off every inch of my man's skin except for that little scar patch on his face. Every inch of it.
They could have replaced it, but he said he wanted to leave it as a reminder.
Yeah, no, dog. Man, that's a hard man. Pause.
Yo. Yeah, no, their storyline is very interesting because it's obviously bouncing off the wall as far as morality in this whole season so far. Because we don't know really who's the good side and who's the bad side in this. Because there's good to both sides and bad to both sides.
I love the fact that they have Oliver in this season, right? Because the juxtaposition between Mark's like unyielding moral like browbeating at people. Mm-hmm. Oh no. He gotta go to jail. He gotta die. He murdered people. He's a bad guy. I'm like, man, you would have thought this man forgot about the whole last season saga where he helped his genocidal father, tried to save his life, brought his kid back for his mom to adopt. Like, you remember all of this? Like, you remember where we started, Mark? You would think that he would have moved past some of this kind of childish idea of morality. Right? Very Captain America 1.
Yeah, I would say that him holding on to that is almost like him holding on to the only thing left of what's not Viltrumite.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know, man, it's led him into some very precarious spots. Again, I read that situation with Cecil in the White Room completely different. Completely different. First of all, Mark, yeah, you may think you may also think you're right. But where in this did it become you decide over everyone else? When did that become a thing? Because, see, that's how Nolan thought. Mm-hmm. You sitting over here trying to compare Oliver to Nolan. You're the one setting examples for him. Yeah. See, Oliver only knows a pleasant version of his father. He doesn't know a murderer. He doesn't know a guy who's on a planet who's there to destroy it and colonize it. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know that version of his father. So those inclinations to just jump and do and kill whenever he feels it's right, he ain't getting that shit from Nolan. He didn't get that shit from Nolan. Okay, he was born and then put in your arms and taken to Earth.
Yeah.
So again, I love the fact that they're running their stories kind of congruently because you're seeing the effect that Mark is having on Oliver. Whole time, he's looking at it as, oh, you're just like that. You're just like that. No, SOB. You are feeding whatever Nolan had in him to make him go off and do all that stuff, right? You are feeding that into him currently.
Yeah.
Like I can't be mad at Cecil because, again, Mark is a nuclear weapon. They saw what it was like with Nolan. Nolan's going, okay, well, now we got Invincible. So we just supposed to live on a hope and a prayer that you'll never go bad? Even though in every other universe, every other iteration of you go bad. So I'm just supposed to live on a hope and a prayer.
Yeah.
That you're never gonna do that, even though you in this room threatening me, walking all up on me, invading my bubble. You done burst my bubble, but I hope you don't kill me. I hope you're a good guy. I believe in you. This ain't Superman. No, put a bomb in that man's ear canal. Yeah. I understand it. I get it. Yeah. I completely understand it. Sure. Now, I guess where you kind of lose me, excuse me. I guess where you kind of lose me is the whole aspect of, oh, well, now you my slave. Now you've gotten out of line, and now I got to whip you back into shape. Kind of, and that's what it felt like when he chased him all the way to the Guardians Mountain, right? Like, okay, this is getting to be a bit much.
While effectively whipping him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. It was like, let me whip this man back into shape while y'all sit here and watch. Yeah. It was almost like an humiliation tactic. But from the stance that, look, I can't have you completely free and unencumbered, you're proving why that is right now. Like, you are proving to me why I can't let you run free with like completely off the leash. Otherwise, you're going to have to go somewhere else. You're going to have to do something else. Yeah. Do something else. You can't just run free on Earth. Not if it's my job to protect Earth. Not if that's my role, is to protect Earth from any extraordinary threats. You are definitely, it is like to call you an extraordinary threat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like the worst threat in a world full of extraordinary things going on. Okay, so Mark's in a new relationship with Eve.
We're finally here. I didn't think it would take us till season 3, but that's cool. We went through an awkward conversation with Eve and
very awkward,
and Amber that really didn't need to happen. I swear that Tyler person that she mentioned better end up being something later on in this season or next season. Otherwise, y'all just tried to make it okay that y'all put Eve with Mark, even though that's what y'all been signaling this what you was gonna do since the damn show started.
Sure.
We didn't need the explanation. Oh, I always thought you guys would get together when we broke up. No, that's not what you were thinking about. You're thinking about breaking up with Mark. Let's just move on from it. We don't need the hand holding. We're good as an audience, I believe. Maybe Zazie Beetz needed another episode of credits to meet her contractual obligations.
Sure,
or something
we'll
like
go
that.
with that. We'll go with that. Mark's mom is also in a relationship where she's telling all the information without going over it with Mark at all.
She was wilding a bit. I didn't really view it from her standpoint of like, well, damn, who the fuck am I going to talk to? You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
She did have that whole superhero friend group, but then, she ruined it by telling everybody that her husband was Omni-Man.
Facts.
Or telling dude that her husband was Omni-Man. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. Yeah, Debbie got her little person. I guess he was going to have to know eventually. But the fact that she didn't tell Mark, that he just found out that he knew, like he's just sitting in the house. Crazy. That probably was a little bit wild. Yeah, that's probably unneeded. Probably could fix that a bit.
Yeah, I do think that the situation with Oliver, I mean, I understand that he ages a lot more rapidly than anybody else, but man, we're already here. He's got powers.
Well before Mark.
Like next season, he's probably going to be as old as Mark.
Strong and has an inclination to kill.
Yes.
There's something wrong with that little boy. Mark fucked him up.
Yeah.
Mark fucked him up, man. I don't know if it would have been any better with Nolan raising him. But the inclination to fight first and ask questions later is something that seems like it's only growing within him. Mm-hmm. And he's lying. People are not acknowledging that he's telling lies. He's like, I promise I won't do this. And then he goes out and does it immediately, almost instinctively, without any type of regard for the consequences.
Or regret eventually.
There's only one other person that I see that acts like that in the show and gets away with it, and that just happens to be that kid's biggest role model. So there's no question why he's acting like that or what the current pathway for him is. Mark gonna have to end up beating Oliver's ass.
Yeah.
He gonna have to get his mind right first, pull it out of his ass, probably get some help from Cecil. They're gonna have to end up jumping Oliver because he's stronger than Mark. Mm-hmm. He may be stronger than Nolan when it's all said and done. My question is, how long does he last? Right? Because of his mom's biology, Viltrumites live centuries. how long will Oliver live being as strong as he is? My guess is that as much as he uses his powers and his abilities, as how fast he'll go, as how fast he'll burn, is probably what will be the consequence in that.
Yeah.
There'll be the balance between, his mother and his father's physiology. They only lived like 30 years, his mom did. And then obviously Viltrumites live for centuries. So there's going to be a medium within that, but that's probably where his strength comes from. It's probably not an infinite resource. It's probably finite.
That's interesting because we've already seen him flying faster than Mark.
In a frenzy, yeah. So he definitely has better top end ability than Mark because he's reached those benchmarks faster, much faster than Mark did.
Yeah,
Mark was 17 years old when he got his power. So
plus he he killed the twins. So I mean,
damn, yeah, he killed the Maulers. That's
twins,
fucked up.
Yeah, like he destroyed them, and Mark couldn't even.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
I hope they got another clone somewhere. I hope they did like Duplicate.
Speaking of Duplicate, how have you been feeling this new Guardian Civil War with, obviously Duplicate is back, the Immortal is here.
Yeah, I mean, again, there was a lot of weird shit going on between that fight with Mark and Cecil. I get why Mark went there because who else are you going to ask to get this shit out your head? But he ran up in there and was like, he trying to kill me. No, I'm not. No, the hell I'm not. No, I'm not, okay? I told you to calm your ass down. You had that shit in your ear, and then you tried to bounce all over the world, and I'm telling you to stop, okay? But the thing that I'm not trying to do is murder Invincible. So that was just a bold-faced ass lie. He lying like Oliver.
Right.
Okay? He just immediately elevated that issue into a pick my side or his side right now, which I feel like was unfair, right? You took your personal issue to the Guardians. Right? The Guardians protect the world. They're not here to deal with or debate your interpersonal struggles that you're having right now with morality. Okay, that is your own battle to have with you and Cecil or you and your dad or whoever you need to have these conversations with. But it ain't the Guardians. It's not on you to break up the Guardians with your personal issue with the CDA or whatever the hell the organization is. So I felt like, in a way, him going like that, I mean, it was in a frenzy, it's in the middle of a battle, but, he immediately raised the temperature in the room. It's like, oh, Cecil's trying to kill me. No, the fuck, I'm not. No, I am not. And again, the only reason why these little brain-dead monster things are here is because this is my only defense tactic versus you. You already choked me out 3 times in one episode.
Yeah.
But I'm supposed to be taking it on faith that you will never cross the line and try to take over the planet. Well, the only thing in between that happening is you and me. Who's showing more restraint right now? Something tells me that he probably could have killed Mark with that thing in his head. He probably could have just detonated it at any moment he wanted it to.
Right. Well, because they had to switch and then Rex destroyed it.
You're right. Yeah, Rex, it was a dead man switch on it. So, again, he could have just took his hands off of it and chucked that bitch into the Atlantic.
And eventually it probably would have killed him.
It would have killed him. He wouldn't have got it out in time. He would have died.
Yeah. I
would have teleported my shit into the Atlantic, tossed it, came back and said, okay, good luck. If that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Bye-bye Invincible. Now, again, he was doing some slave master shit. He was definitely trying to whip his slave back into the pen. But I don't know. He created that civil war. He did.
Yeah. Did you have any thoughts on any of the side plots within the Guardians? And I asked that because there's one thing that I thought stood out to me, and that's Robot, as he was leaving and they were splitting ways, telling Homeboy that there might be some time where he needs Invincible.
Oh, you know he a sneaky little bastard. He has survived a long time basically as like a hermit crab.
Yeah.
Right, and he found a way to restart his life. So you better believe he playing chess. He's playing chess, not checkers. It wasn't just Monster Girl as the reason why he left.
Right. But Rex has got his new fling, I guess, with Homegirl that he died with.
Is that going to be a thing? That's going to be him and
it seems like
size up girl.
Kind of seems like it.
Okay. I guess everybody's with somebody else, so Rex got to find something,
huh? You know who's not with somebody else?
The Martian?
The Martian. Too.
Oh, yeah, no, my boy Samson. Yeah, of course he can't have him.
Well, Samson
Black guy can't have a mate.
Jay Farrell's character.
Bulletproof.
Yes.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, neither
Black
one of
male characters with a mate. The only thing more rare than that is black male characters with a black mate.
you know. Okay. I think that pretty much covers
For
everybody's
now,
story
yeah,
for now.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! The cliffhanger in episode 3. The cliffhanger at the end of episode 3. Is that my boy Angstrom?
Yeah, I didn't know who that was.
Back from the dead? That sound like Sterling K. Brown to me.
I did assume
That
it was
sound like Sterling K. Brown to me.
I did assume it was Angstrom.
There had to have been more versions of him. There's no way he got every version of him from every universe.
I couldn't
There's
see
no
the back
way.
of his head. That was the only thing that was like, I don't know if that's him for sure.
I think,
but it still could be. It still very much could be.
I think that's my boy. I think that's my boy. And if there's infinite versions of Angstrom, that's how he overwhelms Invincible ultimately. That could end up being a like arch nemesis of Invincible because you can never really kill him.
You know what I like is that they don't. Well, they killed the twins, the Molar twins, but it ain't even that. Like we said, they might have a clone somewhere, but they don't like kill their villains. So like even Doc Seismic comes back and he's better than ever. Like
yeah, I don't know what he was doing conjuring them damn monsters, but he was whooping ass.
He was
kidnapped every superhero all across the world,
and that was a crazy thing to me because Doc Seismic has always been somewhat
like
of a joke,
laughable kind of character. Yeah, yep.
And for him to like level up like that was crazy, but I liked it.
Sure.
Any other thoughts?
That's it for me, man. Go ahead, give us your thoughts in the comment prompt below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Come back with us when the next batch of episodes for Invincible gets released. We'll definitely have a review up, ready to go. So check us out. Stay tuned.
Absolutely. We have a playlist full of Invincible recaps that we did for the previous seasons. So make sure you check those out. And then also, like you said, make sure you subscribe. We'll keep you updated on the next few episodes of Invincible.